wait a minute. There you go. See, there you are. So, taking pictures for your business doesn't need to be as complicated as it might seem. You really don't need anything more fancy than this. But there are some things that you need to consider as you're taking the photos of your products that you're going to show to your customers. There's just some things to be aware of because you want those pictures to really pop. You want them to really grab attention so that because that is then going to put their attention on your products. So grab your coffee and let's chat about ways to make your pictures amazing so that it stops the scroll and gets people looking at your stuff. I think as business owners, it's easy to not really think about photography as an essential part of your business. But if you think about it, for most people, for most customers, their first interaction with your product is not going to be actually holding or feeling or using the product. It's going to be seeing a picture of that product somewhere. If you have your business on social media, if you have a website, all of these need great pictures to make them work well and to entice people to check out your product and to purchase your stuff eventually. This isn't hard. I mean, taking pictures that are very nice is not hard, and you don't really need anything more fancy than just your phone. But there are a few things that you need to be aware of to make those pictures really nice. So let's dive into the 8 tips to make your photos really stand out. So here are my 8 tips for really making your photos stand out and just be something that's going to grab your potential customers' attention. Number 1, consider your staging and props if you're going to use any. Consider how do you want these pictures to look? Do you want it to be, do you want to have something beside your product? Do you want to have, little flowers or something else with the product just to kind of create the feel for your brand, your products, your pictures, all of this stuff. So just consider how do you want to set up the picture so that it highlights your soap but doesn't distract from that. A way to kind of get some ideas, if you're going, oh man, I don't know anything about that, start looking through other photos of soaps. You can just Google soap photos and just look through some other examples of what other people have done. You can also look on Pinterest or Etsy or, where else? If you just Googled it, where have we seen it? Oh, Canva. Canva also has pictures that you can look through as well. Now, the point there isn't to use the pictures that you find because that's plagiarism, unless you're on a website like Canva where those pictures are there for you to use. But if you're looking on Google or some other internet search, even like Pinterest or Etsy, those pictures, those are the property of someone else. So you can't just swipe the pictures and use them, but you can put them in a folder as your photo inspiration folder. So then you're going to look at the picture and you're going to say what do I like about this picture? What do I like about the setting the picture's in, or the props that are with it, or the lighting or whatever. What do I like about this picture? And then how can I try to duplicate that as best I can? And then you kind of make your own version of that picture. So to have this folder of ideas, it's really a great thing to have when you're a little stuck, when you know you need to take some pictures, but you just don't quite know what to do or how to do this. And this is a great resource for you later. Remember, you can't use those pictures, but you can use them to spark your own ideas and create your own version of that. Tip number 2, think about the background. What is behind your product is just as important as the product itself. Make sure that it's complementary to your product and not distracting. So make sure that it's as clean as possible or uncluttered, and also that it's just complementary to your product and what you're doing. So just think about what's behind your soap, and is that a good idea to be taking a soap in front of whatever it is. Now, you want the background to be easy, because you will take better pictures if getting to that background is easy. You also want it to be something that's fun, something that you enjoy. I take a lot of pictures in front of our barn. Our business is called Big Red Barn Goat Milk Soaps. And so I take a lot of pictures in front of our barn because I like doing that. I like how they look, but I also like the fact that even the background of my picture connects into my business in one way. So that's easy and fun for me. You also want to be consistent, especially when you're taking that first batch of pictures. You can find a background that you like and just keep putting one soap after another in front of it. You don't have to completely restage for every soap. You can if that's something that you enjoy, but if you're looking to crank out a bunch of quick pictures quickly, just putting one soap and just keep kind of swapping the soaps out in the same background is probably in your best interest. So think about the background. 3, think about your lighting. Now, inside, you might be able to find some spots that have decent lighting, depending on where your windows are or whatever. But unless you own some like photography kind of lighting, your best bet is going to be to take your products outside and take those pictures. The lighting outside is a lot better than anything you're going to be able to replicate inside. So take your products outside, and this could be very simple. Put them on the railing of your deck, and take a picture. Think about what's behind them, but take a picture there. I put mine on the fence beside my barn, so that's something that you could do. If you have a bush or a tree or something else outside that could be the background, so that as you're taking a picture, it fills kind of the background, that would be fun. Anything nature related is probably a little bit better, although even cityscapes would be a lot of fun just as the background of your soap. As I'm thinking about that, that would be kind of fun. Completely off brand for me, but if you live in a city, that could be a lot of fun, like skyline soaps or something, and then have that be the background. And that's just a thought that occurred to me just now. But the lighting is going to be better. Now, if you are outside, you do need to think about shadows. You need to think about like that glaring direct sun. So if it's a sunny summer day, you probably want to hold off. Cloudy days are going to be to your advantage. The lighting on a cloudy day is just perfect for any kind of outside photography. So just think about that. Find days that are really helpful for that, and then take all your stuff outside, line it up, take a bunch of pictures. You'll be really glad you've got those and that you took advantage of that day. Number 4, fourth tip, leave room for words. Think about how you might use these pictures in social media. A lot of times there will be a picture of the soap and maybe like the name of the fragrance is on one side. Or maybe there's, like sale today, or now available on our website or something. So you want to take pictures so that you have room to paste in some words like that and to use that then as the graphic for your social media post or on your website or other things. So think about taking a picture where the soap is actually off center a little bit, leaving room for some words just to help make that post. So don't take all your pictures like that, but do take some of them that way so that you have those available if you would like to do a post like that. Think about tip number 5. Think about the layout of your picture. Is the soap or whatever you're taking a picture of, is it in the middle, or is it off-centered like we were just talking about on purpose to leave room for some words? Is it centered? Is there enough space around the picture to feel comfortable? Like, do you have enough headroom, either above the heads of the people or above the top of the product? I have taken a few pictures where I wanted to be super up close and really get the detail and stuff. And then I realized after the fact that a picture where the subject of the picture is filling almost the whole frame, it feels like you're too close and you want to kind of back away from it. It's almost like it's too crowded in this picture for me to even look at it. So make sure you've got a good amount of space, not so that the subject of your picture is super small, but just so that there's a comfortable amount of space around it and it feels relaxed. If the subject is too big, it's going to feel like in your face and it'll just feel wrong to you. So think about the layout. Make sure you've got all those things in place. 6th tip, focus on your products. make sure that the thing you're taking a picture of is the thing that's in focus. Now, the way you do that on your phone is when you are taking a picture, if you have your camera app up, you're going to tap on wherever you want the camera to focus. So especially if you're, I don't know if you've had this before, but where you're trying to take a picture of something and it's focusing on, the tree behind you instead of what you're actually trying to take a picture of. Tap on the spot in the screen that has the thing that you want it to focus on, and then it will adjust its focus so that thing is in focus and everything else is slightly out of focus or whatever. So make sure you've got your focus on your products. Check that as you're taking the picture and make sure the focus is in the right spot. If you would like to have a little bit more distortion around the thing that you're taking a picture of, you could use portrait mode on your phone. This is a fun thing to play around with, especially as you're taking pictures of your products. Use portrait mode. It will tell you how far away you need to be from the thing you're taking a picture of. But once you get to that spot, it will distort everything around it, and just that will be in focus. And that's a really fun effect when you're trying to highlight the products that you're taking a picture of. Tip number 7, make sure everything in your picture is on brand. Now, what is brand? What does that mean? Brand is all the things, all the physical representations that describe your business. So, for example, I will use my own as an example. Our business is called Big Red Barn Goat Milk Soaps, and the barn is the kingpin of a lot of decisions underneath that. So I would be much more likely to use burlap, twine, hay, my rough wood fence posts, the barn in the background. All of those things would be on brand for me because the barn is the big piece of what we're doing. We focus on the barn, letting people know that we have the goats. We milk the goats twice a day. That's the milk that's going in our product. So that's why our product behaves differently, even than some other goat milk products that are made from goat milk extract or something else that isn't equal to what we're doing. So all of those things, we use those things to be on brand because we want to keep reminding people in subtle ways of who we are and what we represent and what's important to us in our business. Now, that's not everybody's jam when they're representing their business. But what is yours? If your main premise behind your business is everything is super clean and super pure and natural, then maybe you want just a white background. Maybe you want a white background with just a little sprig of lavender or baby's breath or whatever. Maybe you want to just make sure like you are very, very simple in everything that you do because that's what you are portraying with your brand. Maybe you are a kids, like this is going to be amazing for kids, so now you're going to have all the bright colors and stuff. Where those things would be not on brand for me, they absolutely could be for you. So think about what are the things, like what are the things that really drive your business? What are those things that are important to you and you want to make sure people know about you, your business, why you do this and all these things, and how can you incorporate that even in your photography. Make sure everything you're doing there is on brand so that not only does it have kind of a cohesive look, like, oh yeah, here's more of her stuff. When people see your picture, they can almost guess, yeah, that's probably her because it's all a similar type of thing. If people see, I hope anyway, if people see pictures on Facebook of a soap in front of a barn, I hope that their first thought is that's probably Big Red Barn because that's what a lot of our pictures look like. So consider that for your business. What's on brand for you and your business, and then make sure all your pictures are cohesive that way and have those kinds of things in them. 8th tip, and this is going to maybe seem silly, but consider getting professional photos done of you and your products. We did a trip. We live in the backwoods of Iowa, really. And my sister and I did a trip to Nashville and for a business conference. And while we were there, we found an Airbnb experience that was a photographer's studio. And she would come and do an hour-long photo shoot with you, whatever you wanted to have pictures of. So we did it together, and we got pictures of us to use in our businesses. And I took along product. So I have professional pictures of my soaps, my lotions, all the fun backgrounds that we could find in Nashville. And that was just a lot of fun. It was great to be able to have someone who's professionally, into photography, but taking even pictures of me and pictures of my product and kind of staging them so that they looked wonderful, with the background and their fun camera to do all of that. Now, this was not expensive to have done, and in the end, we had hundreds of pictures that we could use in social media, on our websites, all of the things. So if you are going to a bigger city, if you either live in one or you're going to be traveling to one, think about that option. Think about booking an Airbnb experience, grabbing that photographer just for an hour. You can get a lot done in an hour, and then you've got some great pictures to use in your business. Taking pictures of your products and learning to take pictures of your products can be a lot of fun. Experimenting with different ways, different things you're going to include, or different backgrounds, different lighting, all this stuff. It can be just a lot of fun to learn to take great pictures of your products. But you might be asking yourself, well, where am I going to use these products? I mean, who's ever going to see these? If you have a website, it is very important to have great pictures of your stuff on your website, because when people come to your website, you need to grab their attention right away. And it isn't the words on your website that are going to grab their attention, it's the pictures. So if you have great pictures of your stuff in good lighting with a great background, that is much more likely to grab their attention and to make them want to scroll and explore a little bit more on your website, which is the best way to lead them to possibly making a purchase. Now, if you have social media for your business, you need a ton of pictures for that, because every post is going to need a picture of some type, or maybe multiples of them, to add to that post. When you are scrolling social media, it's not the posts that are all words that grab your attention. Even if those words say sale today, here's a coupon, those words don't grab your attention. It's the pictures that grab your attention. So you need a lot of pictures for social media. But one of the neat things that you can do with this is take your stuff outside, go take a bunch of pictures. Take pictures of whatever you're doing during the day. Take all these pictures, and then each one of those pictures could be a post. So you're using these pictures not only as posts, but also as inspiration for more posts. So if you're sitting in a day and you need to create your posts, and you're thinking, what should I post today? You can look through the pictures on your phone, and likely some picture there will generate an idea of something you can post for that day. So not only is it like material that you need for the post, it can also be inspiration. When you are sending emails to your customers, pictures are very important there as well. It's not usually the text of an email that's going to grab people's attention and make them want to read more. It's the picture. So we need to make sure that we have all these pictures ready to go to grab people's attention, whether they're on our website, on our social media, or reading an email from us, to help them read a little bit more, go a little bit further, find out what you've got available, and then hopefully make a purchase from you as well. You may be thinking right now, I get how to take the pictures, and honestly, this sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait to give this a try, but I literally have nowhere to put these pictures. Maybe you don't have a website, or you don't have social media for your business yet, or maybe you do, but it's pretty haphazard and unintentional. Maybe the idea of having people that you would be sending regular emails to about your business seems way far in the future, and it makes you say, whatever, that is so far away from me and my business right now. If this is you, then our next couple videos are really made for you. They're made just for you. if you really want this soap thing to be a business, or if you want to give the business you already have a big push, then be sure to watch the next videos that we have. That will be up on the screen at the end of this video. Or if you're one of the first people to watch this video, make sure you're subscribed to our channel so that when those videos are released, you make sure that you don't miss them. Having a soap business that's put together and reaching people and making the sales that may not actually be as far in the future as you think. We have worked with a growing little group of people who are amazed at what can happen in just a few weeks of them really diving in to getting their soap business off the ground. Most of them start from nothing, maybe just a few soaps and a dream, but it can end up with customers and sales at the end of the coaching when we're done. So we love helping people, and especially soapy people, grow their businesses. This is possible, and you can absolutely do this. And we would love to walk beside you while you do. If this idea interests you, and you're starting to feel a little giddy on the inside with the idea that this could happen for you, check out the link in the description of this video to get on our business tips email list so that you can receive more helpful tips, but also you'll be aware of any opportunities that we have for coaching when we have those available. And honestly, if you're feeling that little excited bubble inside at the thought that maybe, just maybe, this could be for you, make sure you're subscribed to our channel so that you don't miss out on those next couple videos because we're making them just for you. We'll see you there.